Greetings everyone, it's Fred Sweet. Welcome to Guitar Media's Getting Lower Volumes by Splitting Your Speaker Load video. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 1967 Fender Telecaster, and we'll be playing the 1971 Marshall 50 watt lead amp. The speakers we'll be using will be the 1968 greenbacks in the mini bluesbreaker cabinet, and the microphone we'll be using will be the Shure SM57. Please stay tuned. At the end of the video, we'll be going over getting lower volumes by splitting your speaker load. Welcome to Lower Volumes by Splitting Your Speaker Load section of this video. I had someone write in just recently and say a while back you did a video where you were splitting your cabinets to reduce the volume levels, and they wanted me to go over that a little bit more in depth and revamp on the subject, maybe with some close-ups of what I did and some comments on what to expect, or more in depth on what to expect. So like you heard in this video today, and like with all our videos that we're using the Marshall heads, we always split our speaker load to reduce the volume level. Because we're running these amps pretty much wide open, we do this to allow us to be able to hear the mix in the headset, to lower the volume, to reduce it to a usable volume level, a working volume level. And how we go about doing this, like today for example, with the 50 watt head, a total ohm load of 8 ohms and 50 watts at 8 ohms, we have a speaker jack running to a 412 in the closet that is a 16 ohm 412. That 412 is running at 25 watts. That's 6.5 watts per speaker. Then we have another 412 in the closet, and that is an 8 ohm 412. And then we have the 212 in the room here, and this is an 8 ohm 212. I've constructed a wiring harness that is wired in series, and this allows the 8 ohm load here in the room and the 8 ohm load in the closet to complete the other 16 ohm load. Of course, those two 16 ohm loads in parallel complete the 8 ohm load for the amplifier. The 412 in the closet that's 8 ohms is receiving 12.5 watts. That's roughly 3.5 watts per speaker, which is not an issue because we're not recording that cabinet. The 212 in the room is receiving a total of 12.5 watts or 6.5 watts per speaker. And what you come to expect from Celestion Greenback speakers that are designed to run, or 25 watt speakers, the sweet spot is about 12.5 watts, or half of the power rating of the speaker. And what you come to expect when you cut that in half, like say for example, like we're running 6.5 watts, we experience the most noticeable thing is a drop in the bottom end, less bass, slightly less volume, less sound pressure levels, and the speakers don't play quite as clean. We're getting a little bit of cone cry, which is not an issue when we play some of these rock and roll styles of music. The most important thing about your wiring harness, this is something you want to try at home, is you make sure that the jack that's going into the amp is a male jack like you see here. And when you wire this in series, you want to have 2 female jacks on the other ends of this cable, this is actually a 3-sided cable. It includes the male jack that runs into the amp, and then it has 2 female jacks connected to it. And the reason why it's so important that you wire it with the 1 male jack and the 2 female jacks, and so that there's no confusion on which end goes into the amplifier and which end plugs into each cabinet, because this does matter because it's not the same. Thanks for watching, and check our channel for our latest videos.